Hey everyone, Aaron here, and this is another Classic Week review. And today's review is of Oh My Goddess, the original Oh My Goddess. Actually, Oh My Goddess, kind of a quick history lesson on this, is actually from 1988, around that time period, at least the manga, and only ended recently. It's actually like 42 volumes long. There was many spin-offs of this. There was a lot of anime that was done for the series, movies that were made, but this is more so the original anime. And I wanted to review it because there's two reasons I wanted to review it. One, because it was mentioned by one of my friends who he really likes, Oh My Goddess, and he mentioned it. And another reason is I actually liked Oh My Goddess when I first saw it. I still consider it a really good classic anime. And I call it a classic anime not because it's per se not that, it's because it's really not that old. This came out in the late 1990s, I think 1998, around that time period. But more so because it is still within the early time period of my life. It's still within, I think, a beginning time of anime, not yet receiving the popularity that it's going to get. I mean, it was already at this point starting to build up. The train was getting there, almost there at the station, but it still was not that popular yet. But Oh My Goddess was pretty cool because it did some stuff that you still see in anime now, and it's what I consider like the almost accidental romance story, where our main character Kiichi is this college student who's kind of like loveless. He really kind of just wants to find a lover, and it's between classes and stuff. He's kind of just getting depressed as life goes on, and so one night he ends up making a phone call to this random agency who says that they're going to send him an angel, and lo and behold, they do send him an angel. And she says that she is called Belle Dandy, and she will grant him any one wish he desires. And thinking that, oh, okay, this can't be serious. It's not really happening. He does make a wish that she will stay in his life forever, and by obligation, she has to fulfill that wish. And it's kind of similar to I Dream of Jeannie, if anyone's ever seen I Dream of Jeannie, where because Major Nelson found the genie's bottle and actually was the one to summon Genie, she was then like kind of indebted to him and had to serve him. And almost similar, I think Oh My God is just trying to go for that same type of feel. There's not much I could say about the show in terms of not spoiling, because there's a lot of stuff that you can easily spoil about the show, in terms of who ends up with who, and what eventually will happen to our main characters. But also at the same time, this is one of those shows that you really don't have to think too hard on figuring out what's going to happen. I mean, the plot was never anything amazing in terms of what was going to happen. You already could see it from a mile away that these two would become, romance evolved. They would become, romantically involved. I said romance evolved. Romantically evolved. And at one point, it's not really surprising, what's going to happen in terms of struggles, what they're going to have to deal with as a couple. And also because, she's not really technically human, but he is. It's not that it was cliched. It was more so just not original in terms. Even back then, it wasn't original. But the thing is that the story was very good for Oh My Goddess. It was very fun. The main characters were very intriguing. That Kiichi was not a jerk or anything like that. He was just an ordinary college student, and Belle Danny just kind of wants to fulfill his wishes. And the struggles that he has to go through now because his wish was accidental leads to this whole kind of zany plot line that again is not original, and you can still guess what's going to happen here and there, but in the end is fun. It's romantically charged, and I honestly always thought it was kind of cool. And it's not that I would consider it even anywhere in my top 50 anime, which by the way is coming out probably soon. But it's a fun show to watch, and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's not very long. I don't know if I forgot the exact episode count because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I know the actual original story was only 5 episodes long, and then a few other ones that they came out with more recently were a little bit longer, but it was never very a long series. And honestly, I think that's perfect for the show because what it's trying to convey is not something, like I said, it's trying to convey the accidental romance. And one of my reviews that will probably be coming up soon will actually talking more about another accidental romance. But this is kind of the beginning of it. This is where you start seeing it more happen later on, because that's a trope that still exists in anime where, some accident happens and all of a sudden two characters have to fall in love because essentially they're forced into a situation of falling in love. And it still exists today. But it's a fun trope. It's one of those tropes that you don't take too seriously. You enjoy it. So yeah, it's so if I had to review Oh My Goddess from an A through F, I give it a solid B. You know, again, nothing was amazing about Oh My Goddess, but it was something that I think is important to show the classic because again, that trope is still around, guys. This is not a trope that started the genre of anime, no, but it's a trope that initially I think made the trope more popular, more so because now you started seeing it in other stuff. And I mean, a few years later, you would have other shows come out that had that accidental stuff. And I think it works. I think it's a fun concept because it's so outlandish. Like, something like that would never really happen, but it's funny. It's something that you could watch and enjoy it. The comedy and humor was good. The romance elements were good. It wasn't, again, amazing. Nothing about the show was amazing, but it's still, to me, a classic. And I still feel like it deserves to be on the Classic Week review. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's classic. I only have a few more days of this, but I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out. And as always, guys, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye.